everybody, it's Shelby from Stang Books, and it's time for another Top 5 Wednesday. If you are unfamiliar with Top 5 Wednesday, I will leave a link to the Goodreads group down below for you to check out the monthly topics, but it is run by Sam from Thoughts on Tomes. This week's topic is favorite non-canon ships. So couples that never got together or that weren't together by the end of the series, people that you wish had managed to make the relationship work. They could be from different worlds, different franchises, whatever the combination your sneaky little mind can come up with to put your pairings together. Now, this is not something I've ever done before. I'm kind of weird about it. Like, I tend to really stick with, like, the characters in the books that, like, the way that the author writes them. I don't generally think about who would I match up outside of their world. But I had a little bit of fun with this one, so we'll see how it goes. First up on my list at number 5, I have one of my favorite all-time series, because this relationship is kind of hinted at in the book as a possibility, but of course it doesn't happen. I like the women that these two guys ended up with. I'm perfectly happy with the way that their stories went, but I still think that Vishous and Butch should have made it together. Like, they would have been so hot together. So, Black Dagger Brotherhood by J.R. Ward, Vishous from Lover Unbound, and Butch from Lover Revealed. These two guys have such a bromance together, and I mean, Vishous is half in love with him anyway, and Vishous is bi in this series. I just really, really loved these two guys, and their connection was amazing and just so wonderful. And while they are very happy in their relationships, and I am happy with the women that Ward wrote for them, I really wish that we had had a Ward hookup of Vishous and Butch, because holy bejesus, would that have been hot. My next two are kind of actually a duo pairing for 4 and 3, because in the Infected series by Andrea Speed, when she wrote the start of the series, Roan, who is a private investigator, was married to the love of his life, Paris. Cat shifters in this series, it is actually a virus. This is a mutation of the genes within humans that has forced them to shift into big cats. It is not a comfortable process. It's incredibly painful and incredibly taxing on the body, and eventually the disease will kill you. And the only oddity to this entire thing is Roan. Roan was born with the virus, and because of that, he has very different characteristics in his genetic makeup that make his lion shifting different than any other shifter. So no one knows whether the disease will ultimately kill him or not, but every other were shifter like type has eventually had the disease kill them. He is married to a tiger strain, and Paris's tiger strain is the most deadly strain. It puts the most wear on the body, and tiger shifters don't live very long. So the first two books are Roan and Paris together, and they are incredible and amazing, and I loved them. And I was so happy with this relationship. Even though when we meet them, they're already together, it's not their romance and they're falling in love. Like, Roan and Paris are just perfect together. And then Paris dies. No, I'm going to just erase that, like, take that part out, cut the story right there, find the cure, I don't care that Paris lives. So Paris and Roan can stay together at number 4 and live on into infamy and because Paris is the perfect balance for Roan and keeps him from spiraling off into the depression and craziness that he has. So Paris is back, which leaves poor Dylan, because in the later books in the series, after Paris has died, Roan does fall in love again with another guy. And it's not that I don't like Dylan. I really liked Dylan. Dylan deserves to be happy and have someone in his life. He is amazing as a character. So I've got to do something for Dylan. I can't leave him out there. Even though I don't like his and Roan's relationship as much as I liked Roan and Paris's, I did appreciate what the relationship that they came to have and was happy with the way the series went and where it ended. But in this rewrite of history, Dylan is going to get his own. And I've decided Dylan really, really needs to be with Derrick from the Kate Daniels series. He is a wolf shifter and part of the pack in the Kate Daniels world. He's a young guy, kind of impulsive, and Derrick is a very steady soul. He's an artist and just really, really capable and understanding. And I just feel like, even though Derrick's straight in the other series, I'm making him gay now, and he's going to fall for my lovely Dylan, and they're going to just have a wonderful, balanced relationship with two characters that I both really, really enjoyed. Derrick is much more of a minor character in the Kate Daniels world, at least as far as I've read, but I really like him. I like his energy. I like the friend that he is to Kate, and he just got completely tortured and destroyed in the last book I read. So I think he needs the healing, soothing soul that is Dylan. And what he was able to do for Roan, he totally needs to do for Derrick and give Derrick a fresh start and a wonderful love of his life. So Derrick and Dylan forever. Yay! My number 2 non-canon ship here is going to be for a character that I absolutely love and feel completely got shafted by his writer, and if she doesn't fix it in later books, I'm going to be really mad. And that is Trez from, again, the Black Dagger Brotherhood by J.R. Ward. I mentioned this in, I think, my 2 top 5 Wendy's to go with books that took you the longest to finish because of the thing that happens in this book that ruins my whole thing and felt so bad for Trez. He deserves to have someone amazing and awesome and wonderful and kick-ass in his life. The thing is, Trez, like, I was thinking about this. I was like, do I want someone who would, like, totally just be a badass, kick-ass, like, heroine kind of person, and I just don't feel like that's right for Trez. Like, part of his relationship in this book that was so wonderful is he really does truly want to be caring for someone and, like, nurturing and having that sweetness as part of his life because he's had such a badass, like, lifestyle and what he's gone through and what he and his brother have been through, so he needs kind of that soothing woman. So I decided he needs to be with Ellie Carmichael from On Dublin Street by Samantha Young. And I think Ellie is, like, smart, intelligent, wonderful, really, really sweet, has gone through some medical stuff in her life that's, like, really strengthened her. I was never hugely sold on her relationship with Adam. I mean, like, they have had this friendship their whole life, and she's had a crush on him because he's her older brother's best friend and whatever. Like, it was good. I enjoyed them. But Ellie deserves better. Ellie deserves, like, love of her life will just put her top priority and want her forever. And so, Trez. And I just think that, like, her sweetness would pair so well with his, like, need to nurture and take care of someone and have that as part of it. And her, like, true caring and really loveliness would soothe out his rough edges. And I think Ellie is, like, she's got that internal core of strength that could totally, like, suddenly find out that vampires and whatnot are real and be totally okay with it. So take her out of her contemporary world, throw her into the paranormal, and she and Trez would have a wonderful time of it. Alright, and on to my number 1 non-canon ship here. This one is the only one that was super easy for me to come up with and was like, oh my god, yes, absolutely. And it's partially because I've kind of read both these characters recently and they just jumped out at me. And which is weird because I'm actually taking one out of an MM and making him straight, but I'm totally okay with that because the two of these people together would just blow my mind. So for this ship, I'm going with Celaena Sardothien from Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas and Hsin Vega from In Company of Shadows by Satine Hassel and Ice. So, key point with this. I do not want Aelin. No, I want Celaena Sardothien. I want the most badass assassin to ever walk the land. Just hardcore, blades flashing, just willing to take out anyone and no compulsion about it. Because Hsin Vega is her male match. The two of them together would destroy the world in the best possible way because both of them trained as kids to be assassins by other people, raised them up, and know nothing different. And to see these two together, holy crap, the world would explode. It's like just their internal power and strength and who they are. And both are a little messed up in the head by what has gone on for them. And so I think that, like, to see them together would be incredible. It would just be so freaking awesome. I mean, he's been tortured and just completely abused and torn down and yet can take out an entire troop of people in like 5 seconds flat at the age of 14. No problems. Just slicing and dicing, like, no one can touch him. And he was raised in that lifestyle and knows nothing else. And Celaena's been in exactly the same situation, like, trained to be an assassin, tortured, thrown into the mines to die, and she comes out on top and can kill anything that moves. I love the idea of these two together. And if anyone has not read Evenfall, the director's cut of the first book in the In Company of Shadows series, I talked about the second book in a my weekend review a couple weeks back, and it's like a week ago, I guess. It's like 1,000-page novel, and the first book is 1,000 pages, but then the authors have gone through and put a director's cut together, and the director's cut is much shorter, much more concise, definitely worth the read, and super dark and crazy and awesome and wonderful, and Hsin is like seriously one of my favorite characters of all time. I love him. So definitely Hsin, Vega, Celaena, Sardothien, yes, awesomeness. Anyway, so that's my first attempt at non-canon ships and throwing people together into different combinations. Let me know what you think, if you've read any of these books and what you think of these characters, if you think they would work together, or you think I've completely lost my mind. Wow, my lighting is going in and out today, but it is a cloudy day and the sun keeps getting blocked periodically. But yeah, let me know what you think. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, talk to me. I'd really love to know if anyone else has any thoughts on these matchings. See you all soon. Have a great day. Bye.